Alright, we're gonna play Undead soon, but first let's take a look at this Reforged video. It's 10 minutes, it's a Horde unit side-by-side comparison. Warcraft 3 Reforged in-game preview on Laced TV YouTube channel. We'll be watching this and checking out just how the units have changed from classic to the current pre-beta version of the model. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now you'll notice that there is some difference in brightness. But if we ignore that and try to mostly just look at the models and we think, okay, maybe they fixed the brightness later, we can see some significant differences. The peon let's start again from the start. The peon a little bit more pot-bellied. He's strong, but he's a bit sad. He's a lesser cast of orcs. This one really gorgeous, less squarish shoulders, obviously. The sword now resting on the shoulder, which makes sense since how heavy it probably is, instead of wasting energy by holding it in front. And Torrents, slightly thicker and less long totem, I think. The Headhunter looks remarkably similar, except he's now got a big shoulder pauldron. Demolisher. Also fairly similar now that you look at it. You can make out what it is more. I've got the Kodo Beast, which looks a little lighter, a little bit more pale of complexion, a little thicker. I personally prefer the look of the old Wyvern here, as it's a bit darker. Though the new one obviously has far more detail, but it's nice and dark, the old one. I see that chat loves the new Wyvern. Bat Rider. Looks super cool how the troll is standing on the bat. There's that Witch Doctor. Love the gypsy-like cloak. Not all effects are present yet, of course. This is, I think, the biggest winner of the new graphics. The Shaman. It's pretty ridiculous how he used to look in Warcraft 3 and then this. I think the Walker is a really good port, but he's a bit too light in color, not dark enough and contrasting enough colors. It's especially noticeable once you see the ethereal version. I do agree that the Shaman should have his claws parallel and not split, and a bit thicker, not so thin. Can you imagine Dota 1 in Reforged? Will be even harder for me to resist playing it. Seems like most units now have gym memberships. Really? I've had a gym membership for years. Didn't do anything for me. You have to actually go. So now I realize that they did port the same silly little leather whatever it is. It's just it wasn't very noticeable on the old Farseer. So whereas here it looks stupid, you never saw it. And now I actually can see that it looks stupid. Yeah, the hood? The cowl. Yeah, the cowl. I am buying this thing today. Me too, Mao. And I already did last year. I'm gonna buy it 5 times now. Just buy it. Shh. No questions. Big weapon. Buildings. Note that the angling is a bit different. I feel like they zoomed in for the building. And that makes everything look a little different. I feel like this is a pretty good port, though I still recognize the one on the right more, of course, as a long-time player. Brightness issues persist, but there's no doubt that the new ones have more detail and look really nice. I think this is the biggest winner for the buildings. I didn't even know that there was an orc statue shackled in chains on the old one. I mostly saw the building. I don't know about you guys. I look at the right. It needs me a double take every time to see that there's actually an orc standing there. It's a lot more prominent on the new one. Chat never noticed either. Oh, thank God I'm not the only one. Never noticed it. Basilisk did notice it. Well, congratulations, Basilisk, you smug bastard. Here's the barracks. Wait, I think we're paused. Oh no, we're not. There we go. So for the war mill, you can see that they replaced one of the rectangular chimney tops with an exhaust. I'm sure that the artist went in there with the story makers or whatever, and they said, hey, it doesn't make sense. This is supposed to be a war mill, but the only exhaust they have is on the side. There should be a chimney type of thing for smoke and fire and stuff. And it does make sense. It makes a lot more sense than like covering your chimney. Like you're gonna die from carbon dioxide poisoning. But it doesn't have the same squarishness look, I guess. And in that sense, you don't recognize it as easily as the war mill. But I still think there's a really big silhouette of like a slab of stone that would eventually become recognizable once you get used to it. Again, with a slightly more brightness, I believe it will look really nice. Just asked my girlfriend which looks better. She said the original mill. That's a keeper, Eterna. It's good when they like older things. Loyal to you. I wouldn't want to be dumped when I'm like suddenly a grandpa. It's like, oh, I like the new things, the new boys. It's like, no, I want them to like the old things. Bestiary. Burrow. So the burrow has this dark gray colors on the old one, but the new one doesn't have it. So to me, this burrow looks a little bit like the barracks, but like a small version of it. But there's no doubt that it looks better, and probably it'll grow on me. I really like the new models, not sure why there's so much hate. I think very few people hate. Just a lot of people aren't used to it. And sometimes feedback may be... some of the feedback is going to be valid. A lot of it is, of course, uncomfortable when it's new sometimes. There's less crisp shapes because they are better at turning corners with imagery, I suppose. Like here you have this clear hexagon watchtower and you know, but I feel like that was just a condition of the time to make things actually have a look. And here it's like way more rounded. It's more realistic, but therefore it has a less like recognizable silhouette sometimes because it's not like a blocky shape. You like the banner at the top more, Raster, the right side flag? Yeah, this is like a loincloth. This is actually a flag. Not a fan of adding extra tusks and spikes to everything. Well, this one has less spikes. So you'd like this one. This shop has no spikes at all. And this one does. I guess it makes sense if you want to have... If you want to have customers, you shouldn't cover your shop in spikes. One spike, really? Oh, this one? Yeah. Yeah. Campaign units coming up. Oh man, I remember these guys mostly from custom games. It shows how much more custom games I've played compared to the campaign. But I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, I feel like some of their best work went into the campaign. It's almost like they're really... Campaign is their main sale, since that's what's going to bring WoW people to come over and play the, you know, Warcraft 3 at first to experience the campaign. So some of the most beautiful art is these freaking heroes, these warlocks. I mean, this is ridiculous. And this is just beautiful. Like, it's night and day. The shield looks like Diablo's face. Yeah, a little bit. I remember these guys from Uther Party. They keep like beating their own shields and then like shooting fireballs in the sky. It's kind of weird. In before everything is ignored, everyone goes straight to play Dota. I wouldn't be surprised. Chaos Kodo. Significantly different peon from the standard peon. Oh, I love this one. Just marvel at it. What a great campaign unit. Question mark? Kodo without rider? Oh, this is the pack animal for one of the campaign missions. Hey, we don't have this unit. He's got a mace. An orc with a mace. That's awesome. This one too? They just used the same grunt for something else, and now there's this dude with brown hair. Chaos Knight. Oh, Wind Riders without riders. Wind. Gul'dan, you cheated. Deckard Cain. Black Rock Blade Master. I can't wait to play this. Well, you have to. It's gonna take more than one peon to make these nice buildings. Oh, this is Drekthar. Frostwolf clan. Wow, he's big. Slice and dice! Tell me what to do! Hell Scream. Never forget Warcraft 2 Hellscream. The voice quality of an anime filler content. This is like Gul'dan evolved. I want to see it freaking again. It's like, imagine playing Dota or campaign mission or custom games with this skin. It's ridiculous, no? Gul'dan's lack of pants makes me uncomfortable. Oh yeah. That's true. But I can't zoom in. Pepagasm. Can we get those skins in HOTS? I saw a HOTS thread on the Warcraft models. Most people didn't seem too impressed. Which I think is crazy, because it looks hella good. Now, I saw Asmongold stream. He loved the new models, so did people. Overall seems really popular from without the Warcraft scene. Samuro. Goblin Shredder. This just like, I've never seen this face before, except for in Hearthstone. I'm sure you've seen it in World of Warcraft, but because I didn't really play it much. I see this, I think of a freaking split minion in Hearthstone. This is like another kind of witch doctor? Senjin or something. Vol'jin. Bare ass. Campaign buildings. Whoa. I didn't even know that this dragon is sitting around eggs. I thought this was rocks. Look at these eggs, they're not very oval, are they? Is that the best you can do, 2002 Blizzard? Is that the best you can do? And here they went full show that shall not be named, ended horribly, was so promising and popular all over the world. Alright, let's just call it what it is. Game of Thrones! Game of Thrones eggs. Beautiful. Grubby, I'm screaming at work. Ha ha ha. Why? Yeah, I took a lot of flack for not noticing enough details, Basilisk, for playing the game so long. But you gotta imagine, when I'm playing Warcraft 3, I mostly am complicated maths meme guy. I'm thinking about the matrix and how to play the game, not how many polygons my grunt has. Now, of course, I do care about it, especially when I'm looking side by side now, but it don't mean that I can answer every trivia question about the lore perfectly. You gotta go with hardcore WoW player. I would respect their opinion on that more. But I'm a hardcore multiplayer. Normal skin of Thrall. Call it normal, sure. I've got a normal watch too. It's a 100k Rolex. It's very normal. I don't, by the way, but... Spoils of War skin. Oh, that's nice. This is just like second tint baseline Thrall in HOTS. Nani? That's it? Diablo and undead race cars. What? What the heck? What did we stumble into now? Okay. Is he gonna drive? Okay, new tavern hero. Oh, I like the old one better. I don't like this one. Old one is better, don't you agree? Anyone for old one, Pipiga? Oh, it's alright, interloper. We all make mistakes. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ah, ha, 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 ha. He's pretty short. I guess it's because he's like a shade. He's hovering, so he can hide all his hovering, like, I don't know, wherever. He's got a snazzy bike. I like his license plate. Death. What did Diablo say? Immortal. Holy death! I thought immortal because you keep killing him and he's coming back over and over. But it's a freaking prank on the mobile game. Oh dang, that's cold. I didn't get it. Vroom. That's cool.